Baseball players, have you been told that you have a rhomboid strain right between the shoulder blades here, or you've been told that you have a rib out of place, but it keeps coming back despite what you're doing? Perhaps you should consider thinking outside the box, and there's a possibility you're missing an easy win of a referral called the levator scapula muscle. Let's get into it. The X's represent areas that are stimulated on the muscle, creating possibility of referred pain. Now this picture is a little bit different than the ones we showed in past videos because a lot of times the X's don't correlate to the area where the referral is going. The definition of referred pain is that the area of the problem, in this case the X's on the levator scapula muscle, are actually not the area of complaint that people have. But you can see on this other picture on the left, the areas of hot red, those are the ones that actually are more common to report. While you have other areas of lighter red down the shoulder blade, out into the back part of the shoulder that feels like it's more of like a teres minor or teres major issue. These ones could be referred pain from the levator scapula muscle. Now, I had a telehealth session recently with an adult recreational baseball player, such as I play in my league, and he's been dealing with this issue all season. So he's been doing stretches that he feels like he's trying to get to the area. Again, this is a referred pain pattern, but he's really not paying attention to this area up here. Some of the things that I gave him to do at home were based upon lengthening the tissue, which was referred to relax it a little bit. But number two is actually to get that area to stop having to work so much. We know the levator scapula muscle is one of the shoulder blade muscles, but there's other ones too. And according to a lot of the research that you look up on Google Scholar and so on, we see that a lot of people with shoulder conditions have overactive levator scapulas, overactive traps, underactive middle trap, underactive lower trap, underactive serratus anterior. So there's other muscles of the shoulder blade which need to be stimulated to stop the overall insult, or else it's just going to keep coming back and he's not going to be happy. A lot of times people have this problem when carrying a backpack on that side, so they got to switch sides, and oftentimes it gets worse with sitting. Now the exercises that I chose to have him do was one of them, again, a stretch-based one. He was in a chair, but in this case I can just sit on my hand to kind of do the same thing. But usually you grab the underside of the chair, hold it, you go hand on top of head, look the opposite direction, and then you gently pull. The idea is to keep this area fixed while you're lengthening the muscle away. And then you hang out here, and don't stretch intensely because that's not going to help you. It should be about a 2 out of 10 stretch feeling, and then you hang out and you do it multiple times in the day. Sometimes people's shoulder pops up, which doesn't help out the scenario. That's why locking it underneath the chair can help out quite a bit. The other exercise I like to do is to expose the arm to overhead if the person can tolerate it, mainly because that stimulates the serratus anterior, the lower trap, and the middle trap better than just horizontal pressing, which is kind of like our push-up position here. So this is a rudimentary way to do it because if you go bar overhead, overhead press, military press, etc., sometimes it's too much for the person and we can just build tissue capacity this way. So we're going to go here. This is called a high bear. High bear is from a DNS, Dynamic Neuromuscular Stabilization Protocol, that we use as part of our rehabilitation here at Performance Place. And then we're going to hang out in this relative overhead position and then just try to push the floor away. Doing it poorly is this kind of thing, or shrugging up. So it should be like you're holding a piece of drywall over your head and you don't want it to fall on you. So it's a very hard exercise to hold if you hold it for a long time, and it really gets those tissues that we want of the shoulder blade, which are oftentimes neglected with basic strength and conditioning, or with old shoulder injuries that sometimes these tissues never really come back online unless you appropriately challenge them, even if your pain dissipates. So to recap here, if you've been dealing with shoulder blade pain down the back between the shoulder blades, but also off to the shoulder a little bit too, and it's not responding to typical treatments that you've tried, remember a normal timeline for recovery, believe it or not, is about 4 weeks. Most people get a lot better, generally speaking, to about 80% improvement within 4 weeks. It's very common if you do the right thing. So consider that you're missing an easy win like levator scapula. If you guys want help from us, we have a link in the description below. We do telehealth options, and we have a video in the corner of a correlated topic that you're going to want to see. Also, go down to the bottom of the video, and there's a thanks button. It helps us understand if you click that these are the videos that you like. See you guys next time.